For sure. Let me ask you this. You were in a pretty public relationship for a while there. Did this case put a strain on that?
Not really. More of on her.
Like her having to deal with shit. Like you might be able to take it, but she's, in a public figure and everything.
For her, it wasn't even that bad it wasn't that bad. Like, you know what I mean? But she got a whole nother fan base. They don't know nothing about me.
They're a lot more sensitive than your fan base.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And they just don't know nothing about me. So it was like more of, they needed not an explanation, but they needed to know me or whatever. You know what I mean? And I never bridged that gap and like try to reach out to her friends, like, or did anything where me and her fans could see a better perception of me. I was on media silence. You know what I mean? Media blackout. So it was like, it was probably harder on her. Cause like I said, ain't nobody saying nothing to me. Cause everybody know what's up with me. So that shit is what it is.
I mean, it's dating a girl is essentially like a pop star. There's going to be a lot of situations like that. Like, I remember when we did the second interview that you just told a quick little story about like hell yeah, we'd be fighting. I just whooped a mother in her front yard the other day, and then I had to delete it out because it sounded so crazy.
So much shit from that bank, bro. Bro, when, you remember, like I literally didn't even leave the shit, and she. And I'm glad she did that shit too, because there was a lot of shit that it wasn't even like wild shit, but it just like like I said, just shit for her more than me. Because I say some wild shit and then reflect on her, like that's the thing people don't realize. The things you do, your actions hurt more than just you. You know what I mean? So it's like that was something she was teaching me.
I can't lie though, that relationship was kind of like goals for a while there. There were some like tweets of like pictures of you guys together and shit, and I was just like, God damn, it's crazy seeing Gleesh like this, like just girls retweeting it, being like, oh my God, like I need me a thug, yeah.
Yeah, nah, that's some back home shit for real. The Virginia girls love DC niggas.
What happened to that relationship? It's over, I'm guessing?
I mean, life goes on.
Yeah.
Life goes on.
How are you feeling at this point about your love life, though? Are you looking, or you're interested, or no?
Nah, like, me and her still cool. Like, not cool, but we like, it's not, I don't know.
Right. Was it a dramatic breakup? Was it a crazy one?
Nah, but nah. It's, I don't know.
Yeah.
Peace and Positivity video just dropped.
Facts. Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah, let's talk about that. I'm on a whole peaceful wave.
But before we even do that, you had a couple of videos like last year that both did fucking crazy good. There's the Whistle song, and then what was the other one? Right, yeah.
Trap. Yeah. Them joints definitely went...
Those went up.
Yeah, they went crazy for a Gleesh album. So go get that too. Gleesh album out right now. That came out in 2018. That was really like a stepping stone for what's about to happen right now. So right now, we're getting ready for CF4, Clean Size Finest 4.
Okay.
So, I guess you remember me. Everybody knows from CF3, and if you go before that, Strong and all that other shit. But like my main shit that everybody like that changed the game and influence everything right now, like a lot of these rappers right now, was CF, Clean Size Finest 3.
Because that's the one that had Wasabi and shit on it, right?
Wasabi, Trappin' Benny, Water.
Crazy moment in hip hop. That tape was insane.
Bro, that tape was definitely before its time, and it got overlooked.
That's what that girl was bitching about me listening to nonstop on that trip, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. It was definitely that tape that, like, you can listen to that shit again, and I still listen to that shit to this day. Like, I love that tape. But what I did with this one is just like that. Not like the same, like, not like, oh, I tried to do the same song or nothing like that, but it's like, it's game changing. And it's like, I know what I did now. Like, I saw what mistakes I made before. I was too ahead of the time, and they weren't ready. So now I waited enough time, and this shit about to come out right on time.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right around the time where they ready for it and shit.
Right.
So that's why we just dropped like Peace and Positivity, and everybody's like on this peaceful wave and shit like that. And we just dropped a video.
Were you were with Capitol before for a period of time?
Nah, so Asylum.
All right, right.
We were Asylum with that last tape, Gleesh, that we did. And they came around after we dropped Pew Pew and we went viral. And, you know, all the labels started coming. Like, oh, can we do something?
So you get one popping song on YouTube, and all of a sudden they forget about the reason why they were blackballing you before.
Exactly.
Crazy.
Literally what happened. Like, niggas in the label was like, so what happened? Like, where'd you go? Like, y'all know what the fuck happened, bro. Like, come on, bro. And then when we get into this shit, like, they were getting blackballed. They so fucking with me, apparently. Or that's what they were saying. I just think they weren't working and pushing me and shit. But they was like, oh, everybody we trying to talk to was like this, that, and the third. Like, okay. So how the fuck you think I got y'all attention in the first place? Because I'm me, nigga, and I can do this shit without you niggas. You niggas on my dick regardless.
They're just using that shit as leverage to be like, oh, like this is why we don't want to pay you that much. Is because
it was after they paid me. It was like when they time to push me and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like the money was already in my pocket. They was like stalling and shit.
So you signed, got the advance. You were feeling pretty good about it, and then you weren't happy with the rollout or all the shit that they tried to do for you afterwards.
Nah, they tried to fake bench me. Because this what happens. This why. Hey, look. This a message. P.S. Message to all the artists that's independent. If you blowing up and you got a hit song and your shit popping and like everybody fucking with you, right? And then the label start coming. Don't sign to them right then and there, bro. Full fact. Like I'm not saying no. Like they gonna do this all this other shit, right? Just off of simple facts, statistically speaking, your shit hot right now, maybe 2-3 months, if it's really that good, you know what I mean? 6 months, really that popping and shit, you know what I'm saying? It takes 3 to 6 months for paperwork to finish. So if you do a deal with a label and they gonna try to do an album with it. They not, unless you really got that much clout, they're not gonna really try to just sign you for a single. The single has an option with an album. You know what I'm saying? So if you sign to them, your buzz from that song that's hot off that single won't be that hot in 6 months.
By the time the fucking ink dries on the paperwork.
Exactly. So by that time, if you haven't kept pushing and moving for yourself, if you get comfortable, like I'm about to sign with a label, and they telling me they want all this music, and I'm not about to drop anything until I finish this deal, then that whole time you're slacking. And then in between that time, your career is going downhill while you waiting for the check to come in.
Because you had the Whistle song, the Pew Pew thing, like those blew up, but then you like, instead of like continuing to flood the streets and stuff, you took some time off. Then by the time the project came out, the heat that you had gotten from those singles had not really.
And that's why they tried to bench me, because the time I took off was fucking with them.
Right.
They were we were doing the paperwork. We were in the midst of doing the paperwork, and the paperwork was taking so long, and they were dragging their feet on this shit too. There was like shit that like it was like working. It was like going to the DMV. It was like they would tell you, we were like, all right, what do we need to finish off signing off on this? Oh, well, you need this. All right, we go and get that, and then we come back. So are we done with that? No. Oh, you need this. Something else. So you got to go back to the house and get like, you know what I'm saying? That's like.
If nobody's in a hurry, ain't shit happening. It's gonna take forever, because it might take a week to get one form signed, to get one, copy of something,
I finessed my way out of that off the. You remember when we did the Make America Gleesh again? Yeah. You remember you coined that term. I invented
that. Thank you very much.
You coined that term years ago, right? Yeah. I don't even remember, but
doing
you definitely
big things for the MAGA culture out there.
Sure did. You definitely.
We changed it up.
You definitely did big numbers with that, right? When we did that when I finally started doing that whole little wave, that was like enough like buzz for the label to be like, oh, let's hop on this. He back on this shit. He back popping. Like they thought like, I don't know what the fuck they thought. Like I don't know, bro. I don't. Like they would just be trying to cap. And my definition of capping is like a nigga trying to get the most for the least amount of work. That's a label. They're like, oh, he's hot. Let's sign him, but let's let him do what he does to keep him hot. Right. All we doing is put money in his pocket, and now whatever he does, we taking money.
You got a hot song on your own, And then they love that. They love the fact that you got hot on your own, but then they're not really trying to like spend the money to like try to recreate more of that.
They don't do artist development anymore. You know what I mean? So it's not about the budget's not the budget you get in your advance, that's for you to create your artistry. That's like that back end budget, they don't be wanting to spend that shit. You know what I mean? They don't want to spend the budget of for videos and shit. That's the least amount they want to do is like they'll give you some money for some videos and shit, but they not trying to do like some Travis Scott budget where you put a fucking face in London and put a face in New York and put it like that shit costs money. And them motherfuckers like fuck no, unless that shit makes sense. Like that shit ain't retarded as shit. Like nobody's doing that shit, bro. Like Tyler got a budget for that Igor shit right now. He got Igor posters all everywhere, over the place, yeah. Like it's a movie coming out.
He actually got the label behind him or whatever his situation is.
Exactly.
I don't know,
but you know, he got his own. Even if he didn't have a label, he had his own dough chain from fucking with his clothing and just like all his other little business ventures and shit. But that comes with budgets, you know what I mean? And labels don't be wanting to spend that budget on shit like that. So are you putting this project out independently? Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the only time I ever did anything with a label was with the Gleesh shit with Asylum. That was the only thing. It was really a single with an option with a project with an option for an album.
Yeah.
But they canceled the album because of my case. They tried to do the same shit my manager did, and when it came down to doing an interview with some fucking blog or some shit, they was like, "Oh, we don't work with him anymore," or some shit, whatever. And it's like, all right.
So you're totally disillusioned? You think you could ever end up in the label situation again, or you're over it?
Yeah, I'm. People around me, we doing a lot of talking. I got my own label, Mokill Records, right? So we got artists around me, and then I'm about to just do a bunch of big business shit, big boss moves, signing artists. Even if they don't sign to me, bring them to other labels. We figure out, you know what I mean, A&R projects and just the whole shebang, like shit that I ain't never done. That a lot of these artists used to like be mad at me for not doing, like fucking with them and like really doing shit. But I'm be getting my points off of this shit now. You know what I mean? I used to do shit and I don't make money off of nobody else shit. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm be doing this shit like on some business mentality type shit and fucking with it. My bad.
No, it's like I don't got the headphones on, so I wasn't even looking at it. I forgot about the microphone. But yeah, so what you're saying that you're like more interested in actually just being involved in the music industry in various ways?
Yeah. So like I said, we're gonna be doing big shit with a bunch of artists, a bunch of DMV artists back home. DMV really hot right now. I know a lot of you motherfuckers in California listening to these niggas. You bringing a lot of these niggas up here. That's popping. We just be fucking with a bunch of niggas, bro. I'm be out here doing features and doing a bunch of shit that I ain't been doing before and just like giving back instead of like
just making it 100% about your career. You're trying to fuck with more people.
Yeah.
Do you who do you fuck with from the DMV that's coming out right now?
Shit, boy, there's so many motherfuckers. They got a nigga named Zan, man. They got a nigga
Zan,
named
man, up next
Zelly.
for sure. Yeah, Zelly's tight too. Yeah.
I know you know Q the Fool. I know you know Lil Dude.
Drago and Bino.
Gunu,
yep.
Drago and Bino.
You don't know them?
Them niggas ain't from the DMV.
Oh, you're right. They're from Detroit. You right. I'm all fucked up.
But I fuck with them. And Sada Baby.
Stupid hard, right?
Boy, Sada Baby on that motherfucking block party. I can't put the body up with my damn little dog. Little ugly ass. I'm like, oh, he fucking up. Dr. Roboto, Mr. Blagato, Dr. Bato. I'm like, oh, look at him. He fucking on little ugly ass nigga.
Oh,
I fuck with Jay Gambino, but they ain't from DC.
No, my bad. My mind's all fucking fucked up. I swear I'm sick or something.
But DMV got some niggas, bro. It's like
Rico Nasty.
Rico Nasty is fucking crazy. She's like the Cardi B of DC.
Mm-hmm.
My young nigga Hooli Entertainment, like he really in the streets right now from Southeast. Like, there's a lot of motherfuckers in the city that's going crazy right now.
Mm-hmm.
So we about to give back to the community.
Definitely. But you spend much time out there at this point, or are you fully LA?
Oh yeah, now fucking with my case, I've been having to stay here and go back to Texas and shit. So I've been going back home when it makes sense. Type shit. Other than that, I don't be really just sliding back in there and just dipping and shit. I go back see my family and shit, but I'm gonna be out there and just chilling in the hood. Hey, Gleesh back in the hood, motherfucker. Nah, I'm chilling and shit.
You don't got nothing to gain from that?
Nah, fuck no, not no more. We out of that.
Definitely. What okay, so you're working on this new project. What else you got going on in your life? What's the day in the life of Gleesh like?
Bruh, it's hectic. We working on a project, we shooting videos. We got about 4 videos shot. We just shot Peace and Positivity. Just dropped that shit. Right?
Yeah.
We just dropped that. So you watching it, go watch that shit right now. Sophie's in that shit, actually. I just told you that. Sophie's in it.
And what was the idea? Was that you were trying to like explicitly do something that was like more on the positive side after writing all these songs about lean for all these years?
Nah, what happened is like
and guns.
I was just like somebody was telling me that I should write for artists. And Playboy Cardi actually asked me to write for his album a couple years ago. And then my manager, Max, was like, you can't write for nobody, right? But the kill is, if we look back at it, when I did the song with Lean and Sad Boy and shit, like, I because it was a feature with him. Like, I took his slogan and his whole MO of it's sad boys and shit, and I made that the song. You know what I mean? So I was like, it's Sad Boy, Lean by the Bottle, it's Sad Boy, right? And that's basically me just like incorporating his aura and mind together type shit, right? And that's what I did with Peace and Positivity. My nigga Visto right there. Visto, come here real quick. And you can bring the snickerdoodles with you.
Snickerdoodle.
Come on, guys.
Right here.
Show
you
the
put your head
cam.
like right by the mic. Let's see it. Hey.
Yeah, Visto, show the snickerdoodles right there.
Toasty.
Snickerdoodles.
Right there. Make
That,
sure y'all
that's a
check that
hippie
out.
right there from DC right there, man. That's the head honcho hippie
You
right
don't
there.
have hippies in DC, so I pretty much created a wave that was not there at all. The whole energy, the whole thing of respecting a person's individuality, letting a person be who they are. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying I started the whole hippie thing, but I put the idea out there. You know what I'm saying?
So
shout out to DC.
that's
DMV.
that's where that song came from. It was more of he produced that beat for me,
Right.
and I was really about to do a feature with him, and it was more like me about to incorporate his style and mine together. But I ended up like just taking the song or some shitbag shit because the shit was so crazy, and that's what that song is like. Peace and Positivity is like Gleesh, a day in the life of Gleesh as a hippie.
Right.
Type shit. It was just crazy.
Do you think it's hard to push that kind of positive message though, when it feels like still a huge percentage of the stuff that pops off is just stuff about drugs and violence?
Nah, because if people like this, like what I was saying earlier, people fake as shit because they'd be like, "Oh, peace and positivity, let's be peaceful," like on Instagram and then they movements and shit. But like, do you really promote that shit in real life? Do you really live by that shit? Do you really actually do peaceful shit? Do you actually try to do positive things for the community? Do you actually try to prosper daily, or you just sitting around doing nothing? You know what I mean? And if you really believe in that, then here's a song to go with that. And gangster, it sound like some gangster shit that ain't like some weak ass, oh, peaceful positive. Like, it sounds crazy. The joint crank. The joint not bad. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, how could you go wrong with that?
So if you end up having to do this probation, you're gonna have to stop smoking?
Yeah.
How's that feel?
Yeah, I already
10
stopped.
years away from the kush? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I already stopped smoking.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like just because I ended up doing 10 days jail time for that shit because when I got the day of conviction, you're sent to this thing called probation, the probation office, and you got to do a probation assessment to see if you're like a high risk of reoffender of probation and like risk, you know what I mean? And during that, you gotta take a urine. So that week was the trial, and before that, I was a free man. And if I would have won, I'd have been free. So of course, I was smoking, you know what I mean, beforehand, and smoking during trial because this shit's stressful as shit, right? So we get convicted that Friday, and they like leave the courthouse and go straight to the probation assessment. So yeah, I took a urine, and yeah, my shit was dirty, right? And the judge seen that when I got conditioned by the probation officer in the courtroom. He was like, oh, he had a dirty urine, and the judge sentenced me to 10 days before I was even sentenced to probation. So I wasn't even on probation. Like, I'm in front of the judge getting my probation.
Right.
He's telling me I got 8 years probation now. He's telling me I can't do the certain things. I got to register and I got to do all these things. And in the midst of that, the probation officer walked up to him and was like, oh, he had a dirty urine. And he was like, what? Oh, 10 days down Dale Valley and shit. So that was that.
10 days. How bad would you describe that as for a guy like you? Like, you know, doing a little 10 days in prison. Were you stressed out?
I was, you know what was worst thing about it? It was more fucked up for me, the fact that I wasn't expecting to go to jail. Because they already gave me probation. You know what I'm saying? And the jury suggested 5 years probation. The judge gave me 8 years probation. So that shows what he feels about me, I guess. I don't know. I don't know why he gave me 8 years, right? But it was more like I didn't expect to be sent to jail for a dirty urine when I'm not even on probation yet.
Right.
Like, I don't even have a probation officer.
Like, you're supposed to fucking know that you're gonna...
Yeah, like, that was... So it was more like, I'm in here for that?
Right.
Like, if I would have been sentenced to jail time and I would have had to do jail time, I'd have been like, okay, in my mind getting prepared for that and I'd be ready for that. But it was more of a shock. And it was like, damn, them 10 days was like, damn, Joe, like, I ain't even supposed to be in here. But it was, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. And down there in Texas, that shit was like the Dale Valley, that shit, with them niggas in there, them Texas niggas, them Austin niggas in there, they'll tell you. It's not like I'm shitting on that joint or nothing. They call this shit Cadillac. They jail is Cadillac. They call it, like, not the jail name is not Cadillac, and that's not the jail's nickname either, but just like, they call it Cadillac because it's like a smooth ride.
It's chill?
Yeah, it's like they be chilling in there.
Really?
Niggas was in there funning and shit more than anything. And I was like, y'all niggas crazy as shit, because niggas was really in there like playing around and shit.
They're having
like,
a good time.
Yeah, having a good time. Me, I'm in there joint like, the fuck is wrong with you niggas?
Right.
Like, fuck, I ain't even supposed to be in here. Like, nigga like me go straight to the Fed. We DC, we do Fed time.
Right.
Immediately. We don't do county. We don't even have a bail. We don't have bail.
Right.
I didn't even know about bail till I started dealing with my case. We never seen bail. There's no bail bondsman. There's no bond out. There's the judge let you out on your own recognizance at your first court date and you fight your case, or you sitting down in DC jail, and then when you get sentenced to over a year or 3, you going straight to a federal joint. So we do Fed time. I don't do this county shit. This shit different. Y'all, we do mint, real mint. Not just playing around. Y'all, they was playing around in that joint. I was like, y'all niggas crazy.
I mean, if you could just have fun in jail, it'd be way less scary. You probably fucking
It definitely felt like
wouldn't mind it.
some fucking boot camp shit, bro.
Just hang out with the boys, you know?
Not them niggas.
So, all right, where's your mind at right now? What are you determined to do over the course of the next however long, 6 months, 12 months, whatever?
I'm going up. We going up, Joe. Like, I'm going up. I know what to do now. Like, I'm not gonna play with the time. Like I said, I've been learning to accept what's happened, and even though I don't want it to be like this, maybe this is what was meant for me. Maybe I need to go down another path. You know what I'm saying? So, not talking about like my rap career, but just in general, like just in my lifestyle, maybe my lifestyle need to change. And shit that I'm doing, like, it's like, maybe everything happened for a reason.
If you had just kept blowing up, if you're like what you had going in 2014 or whatever, like if that had just kept going up, then you might have, you know, you would never really appreciate your situation or whatever in the long run. Like I feel like that in my own career, like having taken steps where it felt like everything was exploding and shit wasn't going to work out. It's like, I can't imagine how I would feel if I hadn't had to go through that.
Yeah, I'd probably definitely be just like a real dickhead. Like, like I was always humble, but it was definitely, like I definitely tried to just probably just still be like, I don't know. I know I learned lessons from this shit.
Kind of forced you to grow up.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I know I learned a lot of life lessons from this shit. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. It just sucks that I know I ain't do nothing. I gotta deal with some shit that I ain't do. But it's like I said, if y'all ain't gonna help me, America, y'all gonna help me. We like, let's fight this shit fuck, like not just my case. Let's fight the whole fucking system. Like we can fight this shit and whoop their ass and like do this shit. But if y'all ain't gonna help me, then y'all just keep working y'all job and this shit can happen to you one day. And you be sick. Don't look at me. I'm telling you peace and positivity right now, you know what I'm saying? So it'd be too late by then, you know what I'm saying? I'd probably be off in Texas on probation somewhere. So, you know what I mean? Like, get your shit together. Yeah.
Definitely. Damn, all right. So do you have a tape name in mind for the next? Oh, you already said the Clean Side's Finest 4.
Clean Side Finest 4. Clean Side Finest 4. CF4. Everybody love me from CF3. CF4, bro. We already dropped Peace and Positivity. All these goofy ass rappers got this war. We dropping Water 2. Okay.
You were very early on the waterway.
I was
Pre-Ugly
very
God.
on the water.
A lot of people.
Before Ugly God, before Fat Head Schoolboy Q with that big ass bucket hat, you ugly, fat nose, little head, big hat, low back, fat shirt. I'm gonna cook your ugly ass when I see you, Slim. And it wasn't your fault. I already cooked Cardo Got Wings. I already know who gave you the song. I cooked his fat head ass, little shirt, big neck, little skinny Cleton looking ass. I already cooked this ugly ass. He know what time it is.
Right.
Before them niggas, yeah, we been was on the water. And we ain't talking about drip drown and we ain't talking about whatever healthy regiment you put on your face at night, your little ass girls, you know what I'm saying? I don't know about all that. We was talking about some real street shit, DC shit, you know what I'm saying? Oh, before I go, they trying to mute my city, you know what I'm saying?
What
DC, I don't know if you heard, like, you know where I come from, Go-Go and shit. I told you about this probably in the first interview and all that.
Definitely taught me about Go-Go in the first interview, yep.
Right, boom. DC is getting gentrified right now, like as everywhere. But it's a story about this T-Mobile store that used to play music as long as I can remember. They used to play music there. A lot of time it would be go-go. Just in general, they'd play anything though. They'd play Drake, they could play whatever. Lauryn Hill, they'd play music. And it'd just be loud like it's a speaker like set outside. And the white people moved in DC. First of all, they letting they nasty ass dog shit on Howard's lawn, which is a prominent black college. If niggas had they dog shit on Yale or Harvard, niggas would be doing 30 years.
Yeah.
This is a fact, right? These motherfucking white people letting they dirty ass dogs, because you know white people love dogs more than humans,
It's
right?
a big part of our culture, yeah.
Yeah,
I
so-
hate dogs. That's
Yeah,
how you know I
you
ain't
got a
really
cat,
white.
so
Yeah.
it's cool, you know what I mean?
No, I hate dogs, but I can't really.
Nah, it's cool, man.
My
You're
dog.
not gonna get canceled. You be
My
all right.
dog.
But
I don't think I knew a dog was a gun till you either.
yeah, and you remember we did the interview and you
I
was
think you
like
told me,
asking about it.
yeah.
You was like, my dog, and then you really sounded retarded as shit because you really was like, I fuck
White
with
as
this song,
shit.
I fuck with this song, but like, where's my dog? And then somebody, I think Hakeem was like,
Yeah.
he's talking about
House
a gun.
phone. House phone was like, you
House phone was
dumbass.
like,
That's a gun. I'm
he
like,
talking about a gun. He's like, what kind of dogs do you like? What kind of dog did you have as a child? Like, bro.
SMH. That's funny as fuck. I mean, I don't like. Since then, I don't think I've heard that many people call a gun a dog. But I
Nah,
mean,
that's
you go with
that's
it.
some DC shit. Niggas don't say that shit, but you
I
know,
was asking about Mo Kill too, but
Mo Kill, Mo Dog, Booth.
boof.
You know, I named the weed Booth, and everybody call it Booth. I mean, LA been saying Booth for bad weed.
But you started saying it for good weed.
I made it good.
And then you that influence is probably like part of the reason why X, when he had that song, said just bought a pound of the booth, took that shit straight to the booth. Like he's rapping about booth as if it's a good thing.
Ladies
and also he's capping because he never fucking smoked weed.
Doesn't smoke weed. But ladies and gentlemen,
Rest in
XXX
peace.
said Booth. Shoreline Mafia says Booth.
Right.
Playboy Cardi said Booth.
Right.
Uzi said Booth. A$AP Rocky got a song that he didn't release yet that he said Booth in. All these rappers that's talking about Booth, this guy, and so many other words, so much other lingo, so much other flow, style, influence came from me.
Give Gleesh his due.
Yeah, my Gleesh is definitely overdue. So, what we say? What was the campaign? It was 2020. Make America Gleesh again. Mm-hmm. It's 2019.
We're still going. I still got that bucket hat in my room.
This year is setting up for 2020. CF4 is setting up a road for a whole nother different Gleesh. Same shit, bad Charlie, just a different Gleesh.
It's good to see you still going hard and not letting shit get you down. And still keep working, still keep making music. You know, it's
Yeah,
it's
no
inspiring because like kids out there, they need to know.
Yeah,
Just
nah.
because you fall down, you
No,
gotta
you
get back
you
up,
gotta
dust
get
yourself
back up,
off.
even as hard as it is. And I know I'm making it seem like it's easy. It's not that easy. It's definitely a struggle. Definitely shit you gotta go through. But when I look at it, it's like I said, it's a nigga named Albert Wilson that's in jail right now for 12 years. It's niggas that don't have houses, niggas that just, like, their mother just died. It's like, it's so much problems in the world that I can't really just look at mine and just be like, man, you know what I mean? As much as I want to and just be like selfish and shit, it's like, man, life goes on, bro. You know what I mean? And you can get through that shit, and the shit don't do nothing but make you stronger. That's all. You know what I mean?
Facts. If you got the right mentality, you can't let it destroy you.
Yeah, don't
You
let
got to
it
keep
destroy
building.
you. Just don't let it destroy you. But that's the thing with my sign, Scorpios. That's how we deal with like depression and shit. We like immerse ourselves in it, in anger and hatred and depression and all the fuck shit, and then we come out better. You know what I mean? Other
Emerge
signs,
from it, yeah.
other signs can't do that. Other people can't do that shit. You know what I mean? So that was me. I like to take in all that negativity to bring out the positivity.
Yeah,
So.
that's what's up. All right, anybody you want to shout out? Thanks, anything?
Hey, Mo Kill Records. Shout out my nigga Lonnie. Shout out my nigga Mo. Shout out my nigga Visto. Mad Visuals. My nigga Hooli. My nigga Zoe Pound from Louisiana. Shout out to everybody I'm about to sign. We about to do some big ass moves with y'all. Shit Bad Shawty. Clean Side Found It Full. Piece of Positivity out now. Water 2. Man, get ready, man. Stop playing, Adam. Tell him who I am, Adam. Tell him, man. Just tell him.
Shitbag Shorty, you already know.
Man, for real, man. They know, man. Gleesh,
Crazy.
shit back, shawty. I'm back, bitch.
He
Fuck
back.
the time out.
I appreciate you, man. Thanks for coming in. Gleesh,
Thank you, bro.
legend in these streets.
Thank you, brother.
Appreciate you, man. Hey, No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. Check us out on YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes.